Hey, the Bees have a new hive and things are buzzing in South Jordan.
2 weeks ago, this was a construction zone, but it is opening day and they're ready to go.
A weak cold front moved through Utah today. We have a light north wind. I'll let you know how that might impact opening night here at the Bees Ballpark. Coming up, my first alert forecast.
Live, streaming, and on the KUTV app. This is KUTV 2 News at 6.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 2 News at 6 tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. Yeah, things are buzzing out here in South Jordan because the ballpark, the America First Square Ballpark, is officially open, and tonight is game one.
And this is exciting because 2 weeks ago I was here and we were standing in what is still a construction zone. So they have been working around the clock to make sure this opening day happens. It's all happened in just 18 months, the construction, which is pretty miraculous when you think about it. A lot of people who live in the area have been driving by and watching the process as it goes. This was all privately funded by the Miller family, and that's part of the reason why it happened so quickly. Actually here and excited for the big day.
8,000, it seats 8,000 here at the ballpark. Everybody today gets an official Bees t-shirt. These are on every seat in the house tonight.
And
also,
the rally towel here, so everyone who gets here will be in a matching outfit, which is fun. We've got our jerseys on and ready to go. And the beautiful part about it is you can actually wear your jersey and not have a puffy coat. There are a whole lot of opening days the Bees have been through where there's snow on the ground, and it's like, do we really want to go to a game? But this is a great opening day.
yeah, they started the season in Albuquerque to give them more time to get this done, and they got pretty much everything done today.
Absolutely, and this ballpark has so many things that are cool to look at. We were talking about the outside of the park. When you walk in, if you come out here, notice that there's a mountain range on there, and it's actually the full Wasatch Range from north to south, and they have it done in a metal area around the top of the stadium.
Yeah, and our Jamie McGriff is standing out there right now. She's outside the stadium. What's going on out there, Jamie?
Listen, more people coming out wanting to take pictures on spots like right here. You can see taking advantage of that before actually going inside of this beautiful stadium. And I also have a couple people here who are standing by. Come on in, guys. Hey, 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 hey. How are you doing? Okay, so first time checking out the stadium. What do you think?
It's beautiful. It's great for the community. We all live here and excited for the opportunity.
Awesome. And how do you feel about it?
I like it a lot.
Awesome, awesome.
So we literally live a block from here, so we get to walk down, enjoy the entertainment, be able to take part of this amazing event, and we're so excited.
Did you go to the previous location near downtown?
We did. Obviously, it was a little harder for us to travel that far, but we usually go to 4 or 5 games a year. But now we can literally walk down the street for a day game. It takes 2 minutes. So we're so excited.
Awesome. We'll have a wonderful time while you're here. I know a lot of people have been going in and also taking lots of pictures too.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. Thanks, you too. All right, so that's what we have. Look, see here, more people over here taking pictures. Selfies. This is like the best place to do selfies. Well, it was until this wind blew this down. But anyway, once again, we are less than 30 minutes away from the first pitch. And when the gates opened about an hour ago, this whole area was just absolutely crowded with people, excited fans waiting to go and see what it looks like inside of the stadium. I had a chance to go in and see. Let me tell you, everything is brand new, gorgeous. You know that new car smell? Well, imagine a new stadium smell. Oh, with the concession food, just perfect. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and go inside now to Brian Schnee, who has a better look inside of the stadium. Brian.
You know, Jamie, I've got the best view that you could possibly want here. I am on the grass. I'm in right field, on the berm, with so many fans and families, like this nice family in front of me that's here from Harriman. There we go. And of course, people are walking through. There we go. They came out a short drive to enjoy the ballpark, but there is no bad seat at this brand new ballpark, which is a great thing if you're out here looking to enjoy, I don't know, maybe just a nice night on the grass so you can enjoy a little something different from right field. But I'll tell you, it's really cool to look around, and people are saying, oh, but what about the mountain view? We used to be able to get that in downtown. You get a great view of the Wasatch, actually, and that's something that is really interesting because we're talking weather with meteorologist Chase Thomason. The Wasatch, still plenty of snow. I know some people that took advantage of going to ski today. Meanwhile, I was able to golf and then come here and talk about baseball. Chase, what's it looking like for people that are coming out to the game tonight?
This is the first time I'm ever taller than Brian Schnee, and I'm liking it. Weather is perfect right now. Temperatures in the mid-60s. However, once that shade, if you find that shade, it gets a little on the chilly side, so just keep that in mind. Everyone is bringing a sweater or a light jacket. You will need it, especially as that sun goes down. And speaking of when that sun goes down, it's now at 8 o'clock for the very first time this year. That's when that temperature drops to about 60. By the end of the game, temperatures will likely be in the 50s. But it's dry, it's quiet, it is perfect weather for opening night. So what's going on? We have this ridge of high pressure that's sitting just to our southwest. That high is on the move. So if you're wanting some warmer weather, it is right around the corner. It'll be moving right on top of Utah by the end of the week. Probably going to see our first 80s of the year, maybe even flirting with record highs by Friday, with southern Utah well into the 90s. But you'll notice there's a storm out in the Pacific. That storm is also coming our way, unfortunately, just for the weekend, and it looks a little bit colder. So I've actually lowered the temperatures later this weekend. So coming up, I'll let you know when that cold front hits and if we'll get any rain or snow out of it. It's all coming up in my full forecast in about 15 more minutes. Heidi Markham, I send it back to you. Beautiful day.
All right, Chase, yeah, you dialed it up perfectly. Not too windy, not too hot. I think the team is going to really like the conditions out on the field. You know, Heidi, you got a chance to take a media tour of this place, what a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and then you came back and I said, is it going to be ready?
I know there was a lot of construction going on, which is crazy because they've gotten so much accomplished. One cool thing, though, is they have a lot of new things that they have at this stadium they haven't at others. There's 8,000 seats in the stadium, which is less than what they had in downtown Salt Lake City. But they kept a lot of the things people love, also adding in things that you don't see really at any other ballparks except for Major League. Right. So that's the exciting part. Right before we were doing this newscast, I was talking to some of the firefighters that were here, and I was like, oh, are you excited to relax? And they said yes, because waiting for even just their fire alarm systems and all these things you don't think about, they were getting done and tested at the very last minute, but they got it all done.
Yeah, they took a tour of ballparks all across the country, Major League and minor league, and they tried to add a little bit of all that stuff into this particular park. They even have the big green monster behind us over there, which is an homage to the Red Sox, the big green monster, the wall they have out in Boston. So, yeah, they've tried a little bit of everything, and I think they've really hit the nail on the head.
Absolutely, and if you're the kind of person that loves baseball, you can actually rent this actual ballpark night. You could have your wedding reception here, you could get married here, so there's a lot of event spaces and new fun things that are happening. We'll give you a peek right now of what I saw just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks out, and the brand new Bees Stadium was a hive of activity. Hard hats and fluorescent vests required.
It's weird seeing a crane at a baseball stadium when you know you got to play in 10 days.
It's absolutely incredible. I'm super excited to come play here. The surface is amazing, the stands, the outfield wall, it's a really special, and then you got the view in the background.
Just 2 weeks ago, there were stacks of boxes, measuring, mudding, and messes where fans will be taking in the sights tonight.
As you can see, there's a lot going on around us. I don't know how many construction workers I can count with my naked eye, but there's tons and tons of activity going on.
Hundreds working in 3 shifts around the clock to be ready for opening day.
We were praying for the right sort of temperature and weather to make sure this happened, and it worked out well for us.
This project started literally 18 months ago, and it's a huge credit to all the builders.
The brand new stadium will seat 8,000 baseball fans, a little more than half of what they could seat in Salt Lake City.
We also added more premium offerings, and so we have field level suites. One of the first in minor league baseball. You're actually closer to the batter than the pitcher is.
The field level suites are normally reserved for the big league, but this new AAA stadium will feature state-of-the-art restaurants, grab-and-go food options, and entertainment areas with floor-to-ceiling windows. And views of the Wasatch Mountains, a staple for players and fans alike.
It does feel different not being in downtown. It's a different area, different type of living area, I guess you could say, but it still feels like Salt Lake. You got the mountains and everything. It's an amazing place. It's a brand new stadium. You can't ask for much more as a baseball player.
Players will have access to state-of-the-art team spaces and multiple batting cages right off the dugout.
It's still a weird feeling that this is for us.
Now, here's something interesting. I talked to the ball players a couple weeks ago, and I asked them if this was going to be a big change for them to come out here and have to drive further to get to work. But they said for most of them, this is way easier because they lived out here anyway. So for them, they can walk, ride their bikes, or even tracks to work. So it's kind of a fun change.
Saw Gail Miller going up to the suites, looking over everything that they built here. I bet she's very proud today. And also, Drone 2 is up in the air right now, giving us a view of part of the field and also people coming in on the Mountain View corridor as they're coming into the stadium tonight.
But first, Dave Fox, we let the sports guys come out here today. Hey, Dave.
It's opening night. We've been talking about it all evening long, and if you can't be here, we've got you covered. We'll explain that as the big night for the Bees' new ballpark continues after this.
Flawless.
High above the Bee Stadium here in South Jordan. You can see an absolutely gorgeous night. The seats are starting to fill up, and you'll notice all the yellow and black there, all the t-shirts and rally towels waiting for all the fans.
First pitch about 6:35. We'll be right back at the ballpark right after this. Hey, drone shot for you right now. Drone 2 up in the air. They've been keeping an eye on things all day today, and looks pretty good. The game still, well, first pitch 6:35 coming up in just a little bit, and right now things look great. A lot of people filing in here, and they're hoping for a sellout crowd. They're hoping because it's the first game that there's going to be a lot of people wanting to come down here and see what this is all about.
Absolutely, and as you're looking at this drone shot and looking at the field, you'll notice that there's grass seating as well, and also new seating over the bullpen. Checking out traffic right now, though, it looks like things are going nicely on the Mountain View corridor, and this is the time of night where things can be getting a little crunch and bunch, but so far so good.
Yeah, you got to remember, this is the first time this stadium's been filled, so this is kind of like an experiment tonight, just see how it's going to go the rest of the season. So far, so good. All right, Dave Fox and Brian Schnee are down on the concourse, and they're talking the game. There was a game going on here today.
Okay, that's part of the fun, too. Let's check in with them. Hey, guys.
Hey, you two. Yeah, we're down in the right field area past the berm, which is a great seat if you've got the whole family coming out. Now, Dave, I know you remember the opening of Smith's Ballpark.
Yes.
So your impressions of this ballpark and the development of a minor league ballpark in today's day and age. It's pretty remarkable.
You don't see a lot of that. You're absolutely right, and it just shows the Millers' commitment to not only the community through their theaters and swig and whatever else, but sports. And that their ultimate goal, of course, is to get a major league team. And we've already seen what it's going to look like downtown. That is amazing. Yes, I still remember when Larry Miller bought the Bees and had them at what was, Smith's Ballpark now, but back then. And he always told me, he said, I think the next big sport that would work best here is baseball. And I remember back then thinking, really? Baseball? You know, not hockey? And hockey's done great. It's fantastic. But that's the ultimate goal here, and I'm excited to see where they go with that. In the meantime, they're fully invested. This park, you know, it kind of reminds me, Brian, a little bit of the ballpark downtown, but with so many more cool amenities. That green wall over there with the little hole in it, we need to do some live shots out of there. It's just a lot of fun, and I commend the Millers for what they're doing here.
Well, you know what's in the green wall. It's a television camera, and what's interesting about that is if you don't come to the game, we've been able to do this for a number of years now, but you can watch Bees baseball with us.
Yeah, it's on not every game, but weekend home games are on KMYU TV, and it begins tonight. Tony Park's on the call, so the very first game played in this stadium. If you can't come out here, just tune in to KMYU 6:30, and you'll get to see the entire thing. It'll be great. And Tony's going to join us after on Talking Sports, a little wrap-up of how the whole evening went.
Last thing, you've seen lots of firsts in Utah sports. I know this is not a first for the Bees, but this is a first in its own right. What's it like for you to take all this in?
Well, again, you brought up this, I guess we're just aging me. I still remember when the Delta Center first opened. I remember when the ballpark on 13th South first opened, and Rio Tinto Stadium first opened, and it goes, and there's so much pageantry around them. We just love seeing this. The racetrack out in Tooele, I remember when that first opened. this just falls right in line, and it's just fantastic. It's a lot of fun.
Minutes away from the first pitch here, and of course the anthem and the flyover and the whole deal, and families are here. We talked to some families that are from just down the street. They love having this so convenient to their home. So it's definitely a shakeup for Bees fans, but they came out in droves tonight. Mark and Heidi, back over to you.
Hey, thanks. Hey, I remember when they were the Trappers, the Salt Lake Trappers, the Salt Lake Gulls. A whole lot of history and a whole lot of new history that's going to be made tonight, which is super fun and exciting. I know people have been talking about ticket prices and can they afford it. And the Miller family said they were trying to keep it affordable, so a family of 4 could come here for $99 or under, paying for their tickets, their parking, and then like to get a hot dog and a drink. I think you even have those grass seating for as low as like $12 or $14, depending on the night. So I think there's probably some added costs from downtown with the new stadium, but definitely keeping it reasonable compared to all the sports going on in Utah right now.
Keep it a family affair, a family event. Hey, the outfield is still in the sun. The wind has died down. Perfect weather. If you are coming out, grab a sweatshirt or maybe a light jacket. That's all you're going to need.
Absolutely, Chase. It's a gorgeous opening day.
Yeah, picture perfect. You really couldn't ask for a better day, even though we had a cold front that moved in earlier today, and temperatures are running about 5 degrees cooler than yesterday. But they're bringing out the American flag right now, so this is pretty cool to see. All right, we want to get right to your forecast. Here's what you need to know if you were going to come out, because this isn't just the only time they're playing this week. We have a game all the way through Sunday, and the weather is looking really nice. Maybe a little chilly, though, towards the end of the weekend. So for today, temperatures in the 60s. When the sun goes down, we'll be in the 50s. For tomorrow, a little bit milder, we'll be in the upper 60s, and then it's going to be full-on late spring. It might even feel more like June by the end of the week. We're talking upper 70s on Thursday, low 80s on Friday. You probably don't need a jacket for that. And then it gets a little windy on Saturday, but during the game it will likely be dry, but we'll be dealing with those strong gusts. Once the cold front hits, that temperature is going to drop, especially for Sunday. You're going to feel it. We're talking highs only in the 50s. So temperatures right now across the state, it really is pretty pleasant. Of course, it's a little bit warmer down in southwestern Utah, where we've been flirting with 80 degrees down in St. George, but lots of 60s in central and northern Utah, even Park City in southwestern Wyoming well into the 50s. But once that sun goes down at 8 o'clock, this is the first time we have in that 8 o'clock sunset, it will be cooling off with this dry weather. So for tonight, overnight lows in the 40s in northern and central Utah. Down in southern Utah, we'll see temperatures in the 50s. But a little bit warmer tomorrow in St. George. It's going to be a very sunny day down south, 87 degrees, 76 in Cedar City, 80 in Moab. In northern Utah, we're going to be into the upper 60s, very close to 70. We'll call it partly cloudy, just a few clouds rolling in. So let's talk about this big ridge of high pressure, where it's going. It'll move right on top of Utah. We'll likely see our winds change direction on Thursday. You get that clockwise rotation, south winds, nothing too gusty until Friday, but it's going to bring in that warmth. Again, flirting with record highs by Friday. But cold front will be moving in. That cold front arrives right now. It looks like Saturday evening. With that cold front, not a lot of moisture, so just a few showers possible Saturday night, mainly for northern Utah. On Sunday, there might be some stray showers in central Utah. We're talking rain totals, generally maybe a few hundredths, less than 1/10 of an inch. So not going to see any wetting rain, so just keep that in mind. But that temperature is going to drop, likely below normal on Sunday. It's going to get chilly, but chilly probably for just one day. It's April. You get these roller coaster patterns, and that's exactly what we're going to see. So St. George, here's your forecast. We're going to be seeing those overnight lows in the 50s, 80s for tomorrow, low 90s Thursday and Friday. Winds pick up on Friday, but Saturday is your windiest day. So just keep that in mind if you have any outdoor plans. There could also be some blowing dust. Temperatures will drop to near 80 by Sunday and Monday, and then we're back into the mid 80s by the middle of next week. In northern Utah, we have temperatures again climbing. Our warmest days will be Thursday and Friday, but notice by Saturday it's going to be windy. Those temperatures drop into the 50s, but we're in the 50s for one day. Sunday night we're dropping into the 30s, but likely going to stay above freezing, so if you've already planted, I think you should be okay. Temperatures will be in the 60s early in the week and then close to 70 by Wednesday and Thursday. But we are lucking out. It is not snowing for opening week here at the new ballpark at daybreak, so enjoy the beautiful weather. There's the beautiful American flag, and that is a look at your first alert forecast. We'll be right back right after this.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
The Ohio River in Cincinnati spent much of the day at its peak of just over 60 feet. Levels of other area rivers are slowly falling. April snow was a reality this morning in many places, including Syracuse, Vermont, and western Pennsylvania. And the Northern Lights put on a show for folks in Montana overnight. NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center does not expect a repeat tonight.
Listen to Off the Radar. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, our coverage of opening night for the Bees in the brand new ballpark in South Jordan almost coming to an end. We do have a couple other things that are going to be happening before.
That's right. We heard the practice for the national anthem, which was super fun, and also a flyover happening tonight. So if you live anywhere in the southwest end of the valley, you'll probably hear them as they come over. We were looking on the radar on our photographer's phone just a minute ago, and they're circling in Sandy. So if you live in Sandy, you might be hearing them as they're waiting for their big entrance here at the stadium.
Want to go back to Brian Schnee. He's over at the berm. That's the grassy area over there where people can just camp out with their blankets and watch the game.
Yeah, great place for families to have a good time at the ballpark tonight.
Well, Mark and Heidi, you're right. The berm is the place to be, and I always felt that was the case at Smith's too downtown. Take a look at our perspective. I mean, it's a beautiful vantage point. They're introducing the team right now. They've got the pyrotechnics for each introduction. It's pretty cool. Take a look at this massive American flag, by the way. I bet that flag was probably made locally, like the last one that was in Vegas at the Super Bowl, for example, from our friends in Sandy. But as you look around the ballpark here, it's great to see so many butts in the seats. And if you actually had a seat here tonight, you got to enjoy a t-shirt and a rally towel. So there's lots to cheer about here in South Jordan. Mark and Heidi, great night for baseball. Chase gave us the forecast. Things to be pretty good. Back to you.
That's right, Brian. Play ball. First pitch coming up in just a bit. National anthem getting ready to start right behind us, and then that flyover.
That's right, and right behind us too, if you haven't noticed, you'll see that there's seats over the bullpen, which is MLB style. They didn't have that in Salt Lake City, so one of the new additions they took from their tour is they're trying to figure out how to make this new park new and different for all those families that are coming out to the game.
All right, we'll be back for 2 News at 10. Heidi and myself, we'll see you then.